What the HECK is this? Seriously.
Hey y'all, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lumi, and today we're going to be looking at some more TikToks about the student loan repayment program that currently being looked at. I know just from the surface level that I think there's a program called the SAVE program that might have just been dismantled or is in the process of being dismantled, but we're going to take a look at a few TikToks here and see Gen Z's reaction, millennials, and basically everyone who still has an outstanding balance with the federal government.
I just checked my student loans because I needed to get the information to someone, and I started with $80,000. I have been paying for 10 years. Last year, I paid $6,000 lump sum because that's really the only way to get it low. That took it down to $76,000 after I've been paying for 9 years. The grand total is I have paid $120,000 and I still owe $76,000. I think I might be late to the game learning about this. Student loans are really messed up.
This is pretty horrible. This is probably the worst thing that can happen to you if you take out a large lump sum of money like a student loan or a mortgage. And I think this is in part people don't really understand what they're getting into, or they don't understand that you need to be paying more than just the bare minimum. Like if you're only paying the basic principal payments, like this is how they get you. Like this is what major institutions and banks are hoping that you fall into. It's a trap basically. And it's that you just pay the bare minimum, and over time you just accumulate and accumulate. A lot of people get it twisted. Like they think that when they pay the minimum rate, that is going towards the principal, which is basically, you know, the lump sum, the total amount that you owe the bank or whoever. And they fall into this trap, and it's a slippery slope, and it's really unfortunate. It's like it's almost like, you know, this is why they don't teach financial literacy in school, because it's such a huge moneymaker for these major institutions. You know, like it's just it's criminal, honestly.
Yeah, they are really messed up. So here's what's happening here. She didn't realize that making minimum payments with a high interest rate would mean her student loan balance grows as she tries to pay it down. So she's paid down $4,000 from her original balance while having paid $120,000 total for an $80,000 loan. Y'all, this is the reality of student loan. This is why you can't just make minimum payments. This is why you shouldn't get on these income-based repayment plans where it keeps your payment nice and low as a gift to you while your student loan balance balloons and balloons and balloons. It could grow 50%, even 100% if you make these minimum payments. So you got to throw extra at it. Use the debt snowball method. Get these out of your life. Don't wait a decade or 2 decades. Take control. Be done with it forever.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but on the federal student loan repayment site, you can actually itemize, you know, by group your payments. And if you're not aware, this is basically the snowball method. Is you pay off the group with the highest interest rate first. Pay it off in full first, and then once you do that, it's like a nice big chunk of interest that's no longer being applied to your principal. So if you can just keep paying off, if you can just pay off those groups very aggressively one by one, just focus on one, get it completely cleared, and then focus on the next one. And start with the one with the highest interest rate first.
If you have student loans, there's a couple things you should know. This student loan right here is one of the ones that my parents took out many years ago, and I just want to let you know a couple things about how it works. So this loan, at this current balance, has an interest rate of 7.9%. And what I've found, that, as you see, I put $100 payments on it twice a month. The payment that they scheduled was like $150 or whatever. This loan grows by about $14 to $15 every 4 or 5 days. Also, what you'd notice is up here, it says that the plan is in forbearance until 2028. So you're not required to make any payments. However, if you think about it, the penalty for not making payments is interest will accrue if you don't make your monthly payment. That's how a lot of normal loans work. With this, no matter what you pay, even if you're making your payment, even if you make 2 payments every month, there's interest accruing every single day, no matter what. So again, a loan like this, $10,000 plus at an interest rate of 6+% is going to grow anywhere from $10 to $20 every 4 or 5 days. So your payment down below, whatever your payment is, try and make more than that. But can you make 2 payments every month. It'll start knocking down the interest a little bit faster, and keep in mind, your monthly payment is never going to make that loan disappear. If you only make the monthly payment that they tell you to make, your student loan will never get to zero. If you need to refinance at a lower interest rate, if you need to borrow money from someone that you know, if you need to start a GoFundMe, whatever you have to do to hack the system a little bit here, it's just understanding the game that they're playing. If you make the monthly payments as they want you to, it'll never go away. Make 2 payments a month. Make payments that are larger than your monthly payment, and you'll notice that this will start going down faster, but keep in mind that interest is growing every single day. And for a lot of people, don't look at this forbearance date as, oh my goodness, I don't owe money until 2028. That's 5 years away. Do you know what this loan would look like in 5 years if you didn't put any money on it at 8%? I would imagine it would at least double, but you do the math, you let me know. Educate yourselves on your student loans, keep track of the interest. Some of you will get a credit on your taxes for the more interest you pay off. Let's get these things knocked out.
That's kind of funny. I like how he said you got to do anything it takes to pay this off. Like, start a GoFundMe. I mean, good luck with that. Unless you're maybe like an OnlyFans creator or something. Like, just do the works. You know, pay it off little by little, and you know it is achievable. I mean, I think, what is it? The average amount that people have with the federal government is like anywhere between, I think, $15,000 to $25,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but if you can just knock it out, you know, little by little by paying off each group, like I mentioned previously, it should only take like 8 to 10 years. I think I started paying off my student loans like immediately. I mean, you have to start paying them off immediately once you graduate. You know, it was difficult, especially after like the COVID-19 pandemic and all the, you know, layoffs and stuff like that. You know, I was able to really start paying it off pretty aggressively with my last job, which was you know, like my first real good paying job, you know, working in corporate. Yeah, I feel bad for the people who, you know, went to like med school and they basically have to pay off like $90,000 to $100,000. That's crazy. Like that is a huge amount. Unless I mean, it's a risk too, because like, what if you fail med school and then like now you don't have a job because you're not a doctor and you have all this debt? It's like a huge risk. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how some people do it.
This is a PSA for anyone who has student loans with all of the just buffoonery going on with the SAVE plan and all the other things. If you have student loans, you need to be logging into your loan servicer every day. Every single day, because they are doing stuff and they are not sending anyone emails to alert them that something has changed. I've been waiting on a recertification for a couple, 2 months now. And for the longest time, my payment was just zero. It wasn't the previous amount I was paying. And yesterday I did my daily logging in and now I have a new updated payment amount, but I never got an email, nothing. No comms. Maybe I'll get an email soon, but just know if you want to have the latest information about you need to be logging in every day. Spend that 30 seconds and log in every day. Do not let this get the best of you.
I don't know if you have to log in every day. Like, that seems a bit extreme, but definitely keep your eyes on the news. Maybe set up like a Google alert about the SAVE program or student loans in general. Like, this is my understanding of the whole thing. So when Biden tried to pass that, when Biden tried to cancel like the $25,000 student loan debt, you know, a lot of people were waiting for that, right? And while they were waiting, interest was building up and, you know, these loans weren't being paid off. Now that Trump's in office, that's, you know, that's completely out the window. You know, you can forget over the next 4 years, right, any of these loans being forgiven. At least that's what I think. I don't think that he's gonna forgive any of them, because it's in his best interest. The people who are aligned with him are these major institutions, are the big banks, you know, so they want their money, you know, and really the best thing you can do right now is just try to get on top of it, try to pay it back aggressively. Yeah, I mean, or else you're just going to be accumulating more and more. So it's like you got to look at the long term here. It's like, would you rather just be out and over this thing, just completely go hard and focus on paying it off, and then that's it, it's over? Or would you rather gamble? And I think this is where like the people who are just absolutely drowning in debt, like over $100,000 or more, and they basically see no end in sight because it's gotten so bad that like even trying to make the minimum payments is tough because they keep going up. Because I think the larger your outstanding balance, the larger the minimum payment becomes over time. At least I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, that in itself is a huge gamble. And the craziest part is also, I don't even think you can default on student loan debt. I think it's like I think the only loan that you can't default on, I believe. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure student loan debt is like the only thing that you can't default on, which is kind of interesting to think about. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please drop me a like down below. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you guys currently paying off student loan debt, or are you completely done and free? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you enjoy this sort of content, please consider subscribing. It would help me and the channel go a long way. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Later.